Good day, class. For today, we are going to talk about the homogeneous differential equation with constant coefficients. So far, na-discuss ko na po lahat ng methods on how to find the solution for a first order of differential equation. This time, higher order naman po ang hahanapan natin ng solusyon. And for this topic, hindi na po tayo gagamit ng concept ng derivatives as well as yung pag-i-integrate. It is more on focus on the concept of algebra. So if we recall yung discussion po natin, particularly with lesson number 1, so this is very familiar to us since this is a linear form of differential equation. But ano nga ba yung kinalaman nito sa homogeneous DE? So kung napansin niyo po yung mga previous examples problems po natin about homogeneous DE, aside po sa equal or same po yung degree of each term or every term, lahat po ng given DE ay naka-equate to 0. So which mean, yung g of x function po natin are equal to 0 so that we can say that the given DE is also a homogeneous in terms of higher order. Okay? So ulitin ko po, aside po sa same term or same or equal yung total degree of each term, dapat po yung g of x natin is naka-equate to 0 in order to solve the homogeneous DE with constant coefficients. So consider this second order linear differential equation. So kailangan lang po natin itong i-write into a D operator or differential operator method. Ibig sabihin po, lahat po ng derivatives with respect to with respect to x ay papalitan lang po natin ng capital letter D. That's why tinawag po itong D operator. While yung exponent po, yung exponent na to, as well as the dependent variable, which is the y, will remain same. Okay? So it will become AD squared y plus BDY plus CY is equals to 0. Okay? Then we can factor out the y variable. So it will become AD squared plus BD plus C is equals to 0. Where A, B, and C are the constant value or the numerical coefficient of the variable. Okay? So after po natin ma-convert into the operator, we need to transform this into auxiliary equation. So all we need to do is palitan lang po natin lahat ng D variable into M variable. And then we need to eliminate the dependent variable in order to transform this into auxiliary equation. So baka may magtanong sa inyo, Sir, bakit po natin kinancel yung Y variable? Actually, class, hindi pa po natin totally dinidisregard yung Y variable. Bakit? Pansamantala lang po natin yung aalisin dahil yung y po in homogeneous DE with constant coefficient will be the solution. Okay? So ulitin ko po, palitan natin lahat ng d variables into m, and then we need to eliminate the y variable or the dependent variable. So ang mangyayari po dyan, it will become am squared plus bm plus z is equals to 0. Okay? So after po nating matransform into auxiliary equation, we need to find all the roots in order to determine the general solution of the given homogeneous DE. So tulad po na sinabi ko kanina, it is more on focus on the algebra. So paano po nating makukuha yung mga roots ng equation or polynomial equation? So we need to, kailangan na po natin balikan yung subject na algebra. And actually class na-discuss naman na rin yan sa inyo nung high school and even yung senior high school kayo on how to find the roots of the given equation. So there are different methods, different ways. For example, by means of factoring, if the equation is factorable. If not factorable, we can also use the rational root theorem using the synthetic division. So I think naaalala pa natin yan, yung synthetic division, very familiar to us. Ano pa? We can also use the quadratic formula if the given equation is quadratic. So paano natin masasabing quadratic? Kapag yung highest degree nito is 2. And what is the formula of quadratic? So, kailangan natin balikan din po yan. Negative b, positive negative, square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So marami pa pong paraan para makuha yung lahat ng roots using the concept of algebra. So meron po tayong tinatawag na exact, equation, and so on and so forth. So you can use that. But for me, okay na po yung factoring, synthetic division, and quadratic formula. But you can also use the different method. Okay po? So after po natin makuha lahat ng roots, in order to find the solution of homogeneous DE, we have 3 cases. So first case, we have distinct real roots. So when the roots m sub 1, m sub 2, m sub 3, and so on and so forth hanggang m sub n of the auxiliary equation are real and distinct. So when we say real numbers, it can be a fraction, integers, whole numbers, irrational, basta po hindi imaginary root. Okay? And then dapat daw po is distinct, meaning to say magkakaiba, hindi pare-pareho. Okay? Then, yung gagamitin po nating general solution will be y is equal to c sub 1 e raised to m sub 1x plus c sub 2 e raised to m sub 2x plus c sub 3 e raised to m sub 3x and so on and so forth. So depende po sa total number of roots. Okay? So for example, ang nakuha nating root, and by the way class, yung m sub 1, m sub 2, m sub 3, this is the roots. Okay? So let's say ang nakuha nating m1 or first root is 1. m2 is 2. m3 is 3. So let's say tatlo lang para hindi ganong kahaba. Then, ang magiging general solution po nito will be y is equal to c sub 1 e raised to 1x or simply x plus c sub 2 e raised to 2x plus c sub 3 e raised to 3x. Ganun lang po kasimple. Kailangan lang po nating makuha yung lahat ng roots and then we need to substitute from the general solution with case number 1. Okay? So for the second case, we have the real repeated roots. So when the roots m sub 1 is same as the m sub 2, m sub 3, and so on and so forth, the auxiliary equations are all real and equal. Then yung gagamitin po nating general solution will be y is equals to c sub 1 e raised to m sub 1x plus c sub 2x e raised to m sub 2x plus c sub 3x squared e raised to m sub 3x and so on and so forth. So basta class, tandaan nyo lang po, once na umulit po yung root, magdadaglag lang po tayo ng additional or another x variable or independent variable. Okay? Ibig sabihin lang po niyan, umulit yung root. For example, 3 beses umulit yung roots. Let's say, m sub 1 natin is 2. M sub 2 is also 2 and m sub 3 is also 2. So therefore, ang magiging general solution po natin is y is equals to c sub 1 e raised to 2x plus c sub 2x, which indicate na umulit yung root. E raised to 2x plus c sub 3x squared e raised to 2x. And this is now the general solution. So ulitin ko lang po class, basta po umulit ang root, mag-a-add tayo ng additional independent variable doon sa or for each term. Okay? So kapag 4, halimbawa meron pa another m sub 4 which is also 2, magkakaroon pa tayo ng plus c sub 4 x cubed e raised to 2x. So ganun lang po kasimple. And last case, we have the conjugate complex root. When the roots m sub 1 is equals to a plus bi and m sub 2 is equals to a minus bi, so we can rewrite this as m sub 1 and m sub 2 is equals to a positive negative bi. Okay? Where I is the imaginary root, which is also equal to the square root of negative 1 of the auxiliary equation. Okay? Where yung a po dito is the real number, while yung b naman po dito is the coefficient of imaginary part. And then yung gagamitin po natin solution will be y is equals to c sub 1 e raised to ax cosine bx plus c sub 2 e raised to ax sine bx. And take note class, tandaan po natin to i-disregard po natin yung sign ng b. Kasi nga po, it is always positive negative. Okay? So paulit-ulit lang yan. Kasi conjugate complex root, merong imaginary roots and meron ding real numbers. Combination po yan. Okay? So kaya dinidisregard po natin when it comes of the B. Kasi still always naman pong positive and negative. But yung A po, it depends kung positive or negative. Okay po? Uulitin ko class. Importante po kasi to kasi once na mali yung sign nyo, mamamali na yung general solution nyo. Okay? So, i-disregard po natin yung sign ng coefficient of the imaginary part, which is yung B, while yung A naman po is depende dun sa sign kung positive or negative para makuha po natin yung tamang solution of the given homogeneous DE. Okay po? So, for further understanding, let us now try an examples. So I have here 6 problems. All we need to do is to find the general solution of the following homogeneous DE. So, balikan ulit natin, class. Halos lahat naman po yan naka-D operator na. All we need to do is to transform into auxiliary equation, and then we need to find all the roots. After po natin makuha yung roots, we can use now the different solution. Kung case 1 po is distinct real roots, case 2 real repeated roots, and case 3 conjugate complex roots. So for example number 1, we have d cubed plus 2d squared minus 15d quantity of y is equals to 0. So convert or transform this into auxiliary equation, change the d variable into m and eliminate the dependent variable. So m cubed plus 2m squared minus 15m is equals to 0. So pasensya na class kung medyo pangit yung aking pagkakasulat dahil pasmado nga po ako. Pero I think visible naman po at nababasa naman. So after po natin makuha yung auxiliary equation, we need to find the roots. So you can use or we can use the different methods na nabanggit ko po kanina, yung factoring, synthetic division, quadratic formula, and so on and so forth. Basta po class, tandaan lang po natin, kailangan lang po natin i-simplify yung polynomial equation as much as possible para mas madali po nating mahanap yung different roots. Okay? For this example, the highest exponent is 3. So which mean na yung hinahanap po natin na roots ay 3. Hindi pwedeng 2, hindi pwedeng 1, hindi pwedeng 4. 3 po yung roots na hinahanap natin. And first, we need to determine whether this polynomial equation is factorable or not. So if not factorable, we can use the synthetic division or the quadratic equation and so on. Okay? Actually, pwede natin i-factor out yung m variable. So m squared plus 2m minus 15 is equals to 0. Then, since this is, or the exponent is 2, we can use the quadratic formula. And for me, mas madali para sa akin na isolve ito using the factoring method. Knowing that we can factor this equation. Okay? So, basta po class, you can choose whatever you want. Kung gusto niyo ng quadratic formula, wala naman pong problema. Parehong-pareho lang din po yung makukuha yung roots. Okay? So, factoring po yung gagamitin ko. So, this is m. This is also m. And then, what are the possible factors of 15? We have 15 times 1, and then we have 3 times 5. So, kailangan po kasi nating magamit yung FOIL method dito para maibalik natin dun sa general equation. So, since yung nasa middle term po nito is 2m, so ang possible ko pong magamit is yung 3 and 5. And since positive po ito, pwede kong gamitin is positive 5 and negative 3. So sir, paano po yung nakuha? Algebra po class. Balikan lang po natin yung FOIL method. So first term, outer terms, inner terms, and yung last term. So for example, yung kanina natin ginawa, or yung ginawa natin ngayon, we have m times m, which is equal to m squared. And then for the outer terms, we have m and 5. So m times 5 is 5m. Then inner terms, 3 or negative 3 times m, which is negative 3m. And then yung last term, which is negative 3 and 5, which is equal to negative 15. So 5m minus 3m is equals to positive 2m. So same lang din po yan. Okay? That's why nakuha ko po yung kaninang factor na m times or m minus 3 times m plus 5. Nakakasunod? I hope nakakasunod po, but if you have questions, you can raise this sa ating next meeting. So, para makuha po natin yung roots, we need to equate all this term into 0. So, we can now let this as m sub 1 is equals to 0. M sub 2 minus 3 is equals to 0. M sub 3 plus 5 is equals to 0. So, okay na itong isa. Nakuha na natin. How about yung ating m sub 2 transpose sa kabilang side and it will become m sub 2 is equals to 3. And then m sub 3 is equals to negative 5. So ngayon nakuha na po natin yung 3 roots. Kailangan na po nating makuha yung solution. And based po dun sa mga nakuha nating roots, these are real numbers at the same time distinct or magkakaiba. So therefore, this is case number 1. And we need to substitute m sub 1, m sub 2, m sub 3 mula po dun sa general solution for the case number 1. Okay? Therefore, the general solution is y is equals to c sub 1 e raised to 0x plus c sub 2 e raised to 3x plus c sub 3 e raised to negative 5x. So we can cancel this or equivalent to 1. So any constant, any variable na naka-raise to 0 is equal to 1. Therefore, the general solution is c sub 1 plus c sub 2 e raised to 3x plus c sub 3 e raised to negative 5x. And this is now the general solution. So baka meron po ulit magtanong dyan, Sir, okay lang po ba magkabali-baliktad? Halimbawa, yung m sub 1 ko, instead na 0, magiging 3. Yung m sub 2 ko, gawin kong negative 5, and m sub 3 is 0. So class, pwede po. Definitely, yes. So, pwede po yung magkabali-baliktad. Ang mangyayari lang po dyan is ma-rearrange yung position ng general solution but still the same. Okay? So, ulitin ko class. Okay lang po magkabali-baliktad as long as tama po yung makuha nating roots. So for the second example, we have 10d cubed plus d squared minus 7d plus 2 quantity, y is equals to 0. So same process, same procedure. We need to convert it into auxiliary equation. So 10 m cubed plus m squared minus 7m plus 2 is equals to 0. And obvious na obvious naman that this is not a factorable. Kasi yung factor ng 2 is 1 and 2 lang. Eh meron tayong 7. And then, yung 10 natin, it's either 110 and 25. And this is also not a quadratic equation since ang highest exponent po nito is 3. Okay? So we can use the methods of the rational root theorem by using the synthetic division. So dapat class, familiar na po tayo dyan. So tulad po ng sinabi ko sa inyo, na i-discuss na po yan sa inyo nung high school kayo, and even nung college, yung first year kayo. Na i-discuss na rin sa inyo yan sa calculus. So dapat, kailangan nyo na lang po siya balikan. Kung hindi man po, ay hindi kayo nakinig nung nagturo or nag-discuss yung professor. Okay? So paano ba natin gagamitin yung synthetic division method? So first, kailangan muna nating ma-identify yung possible roots. All the possible roots. Given yung equation na P all over Q. Siguro yung iba sa inyo, familiar pa rin dito. Where yung P po na tinutukoy dito is the constant value. So this is P. While yung Q naman po dito is the numerical coefficient which is located sa highest exponent. So ang highest exponent natin dito is 3. Okay? So yung numerical coefficient nito is 10 and this is now the Q variable. Ulitin ko, yung Q po is located sa highest exponent. Hindi po pwedeng nandito sa M squared or kaya 7. It should be 10. And then yung P naman po is located sa last term or the constant value. Okay? And then we need to find all the possible roots. So ano yung pwedeng factor ng positive 2? We have negative 1 times negative 2, positive 1, and positive 2. Or simply, positive negative 1 and positive negative 2. How about yung 10? So we have 1, 10, then 2 times 5. So positive negative 1, positive negative 10, positive negative 2, and positive negative 5. And kung i-imagine po natin class, sobrang dami ng possible roots. But all we need is 3 roots since ang highest exponent nga po nito is third degree. So yung possible roots po natin are 1 divided by 1 is 1, negative 1 divided by positive 1 is negative 1, or simply positive negative 1. We also have 1 or positive negative 1 over 10, positive negative 1 half, positive negative 1 over 5, positive negative 2, positive negative 2 over 10, which is also equal sa 1 over 5, and then 2 over 2, which is 1, and positive negative 2 all over 5. So, paano yung gagawin natin dito? Magta-trial and error po tayo. So, based po dito sa possible, all possible roots. So, after po natin makuha yung mga possible roots, we can now proceed with the synthetic division method. So first, we need to copy all the numerical coefficient of the given polynomial equation. So we have 10, and then we have 1, we have negative 7, and positive 2. And then mag-try tayo or mag-trial and error tayo based dun sa mga nakuha nating roots. So try muna natin siguro sa positive negative 1. Piliin muna natin positive. Okay? Gawin natin positive 1. And then, bring down the 10. And then, 10 times 1 is 10. Addition pala to, class. 1 plus 10, we have 11. Then 11 times 1, we have 11. Negative 7 plus 11, we have positive 4. 4 times 1 is 4. Then 2 plus 4 is 6. So based po dito, may nakuha tayong remainder which is 6. Dapat po 0 yung lumabas na answer sa dulo para wala po tayo a remainder at ibig sabihin po niyon, yun yung hinahanap natin na root. Okay? Since may positive 6 po tayo na remainder, which mean hindi po ito yung hinahanap natin na root. So try pa tayo ng another. Copy all the numerical coefficient. 10, 1, negative 7, 2, plus, bring down the 10, and then gamitin naman natin yung negative 1. So negative 1 times 10, we have negative 10. 1 plus negative 9, 10, sorry, we have negative 9. Then negative 9 times negative 1, we have positive 9. Negative 7 plus 9, we have positive 2. 2 times negative 1, we have negative 2. 2 plus negative 2 is 0. And then, since 0 po yung lumabas sa remainder, ibig sabihin, ito po yung hinahanap natin na isang root, which is m is equals to negative 1. Sir, sana po natin makukuha yung other two roots. So, makukuha po natin yan by using the trial and error again, or kaya, check natin kung yung new equation or new polynomial equation is factorable or a quadratic equation. So, kailangan po natin itong ibalik sa pagiging equation. And this is now 10m squared minus 9m plus 2. Baka may magtanong na naman, Sir, bakit naging m squared na lang, hindi na cube? Kasi nga po, nakuha na natin yung isang root. So we need to reduce or magbawas ng isang m variable. So ngayong nare-write na po natin ito into new equation, i-check po ulit natin kung factorable po ito or hindi. So I think this is also a factorable based lang po sa aking observation. And I think sa inyo din naman based sa observation nyo, kung ifa-factor natin yung 10 and 2, we have 2, 1, and then yung 10 naman natin is 10, 1, and also 2 and 5. May makukuha tayong negative 9 na middle term. So kung gusto niyo naman po, gumamit kayo ng quadratic formula. Wala naman pong problema. And if you want to challenge yourself, you can also use, again, the synthetic division. So trial and error lang po. Okay? Kaya po tulad ng sinabi ko kanina, you can choose whatever you want. As long as tama po yung method na ginagamit nyo to find the different roots. So for me, ang gagamitin ko po is the factoring method para mas mabilis po yung pagkuha natin ng other roots. So ano yung factor ng 10? It's either 110 and 25. So I will use 5m and 2m. And then what is the factor of 2? We have 2 and 1 lang. And since negative po kasi yung nasa middle, para masatisfy po natin ito, negative na rin po yung gagamitin ko. Okay? So, negative 2 times negative 1. And then, try ulit natin kung tama yung pag-factor natin by using the FOIL method. First term, 5m times 2m is 10m squared. Outer term, 5m times negative 1, so we have negative 5m. Inner term, negative 2 times 2m, we have negative 4m. And the last term, negative 2 times negative 1, we have positive 2. And then negative 5 plus 4m is negative 9m. So, which mean tama po yung factor natin. So, we can now find the roots by equating to 0. So, this is now m sub 2. Minus 2 is equal to 0. Then 2m sub 3 minus 1 is equal to 0. Lipat po natin sa kabilang side. 5m square, m sub 2 is equal to 2. Then divide both sides by 5. Therefore, m sub 2 is equals to 2 all over 5. And then, m sub 3 is equals to, transpose sa kabilang side, positive 1. Then divide both sides by 2, which is equal to 1/2. So observe ulit natin yung tatlong roots. These are real numbers at the same time distinct. So therefore, this is case number 1 again. And the general solution will be y is equals to c sub 1 e raised to negative 1x or simply negative x plus c sub 2 e raised to 2 over 5x plus c sub 3 e raised to 1/2 x. And this is now the general solution. So proceed na po tayo with the third example. We have d raised to 5 minus d cubed y is equals to 0. Convert into auxiliary equation. We have m raised to 5 minus m cubed is equals to 0. So there is no constant value. And this is factorable. We can factor out the m cubed. M cubed times m squared minus 1 is equals to 0. And then we can now say that this is a factorable. M cubed, m plus 1, m minus 1 is equals to 0. Then FOIL method ulit. M times m is m squared. Outer m times negative 1, we have negative m. 1 times m, positive m. And then yung last term, 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. And this is now cancelled. Therefore, tama po yung ating factor. So we can now say that this is, since m cube po ito, this is m sub 1 is equals to m sub 2 is equals to m sub 3, which is equal to 0. Then yung m sub 4 po natin, plus 1 is equals to 0. Therefore, m sub 4 is equals to negative 1. Then m sub 5 minus 1 is equals to 0. m sub 5 is equals to positive 1. And this is a combination of case 1 and case 2. So for root 1, 2, and 3 is case number 2. Then pagdating na kay M4 and M5 is case number 1. So therefore, the general solution is y is equals to c sub 1 e raised to m sub 1, which is 0. 0x plus c sub 2. Ano next? Since umulit po ito, kailangan natin ng additional dependent variable or x. E raised to 0x plus c sub 3, then additional ulit dahil tatlong beses, x squared e raised to 0x plus c sub 4. So sa case po na to, hindi na umulit yung next root. So mag-start ulit tayo with the case number 1, which is c sub 4 e raised to negative 1x or simply negative x plus c sub 5 e raised to positive x or 1 times x. And then we can cancel this, which is equal to 1, and also this and this. Therefore, the final general solution is y is equal to c sub 1 plus c sub 2x plus c sub 3x squared plus c sub 4 e raised to negative x plus c sub 5 e raised to x. Okay? So I hope nakakasunod tayo class ha. Basta po may question kayo, pwede nyo po yang erase sa ating meeting. So next example, we have d raised to 4 minus 7d cubed plus 18d squared minus 20d plus 8y is equals to 0. Convert into auxiliary equation, we have m raised to 4 minus 7m cubed plus 18m squared minus 20m plus 8 is equals to 0. And this is not a factorable. So mahirap para sa atin i-factor to. Okay? So we can use the synthetic division again. Okay? Where P is 8 and Q is 1. So we have P all over Q. So the possible roots are, what is the factor of 8? We have 8 times 1 and 2 times 4. So positive negative 1, positive negative 8, positive negative 2, positive negative 4. All over with the Q, which is, nag-iisa lang naman yan, positive negative 1. So therefore, the possible roots are positive negative 1, positive negative 8, positive negative 2, and positive negative 4. So trial and error again. Copy the numerical coefficient of the polynomial equation. So we have 1, negative 7, positive 18, negative 20, positive 8. And then bring down 1. So isip ulit tayo ng possible roots. Siguro mag-try ulit tayo with positive 1 para hindi gaanong kadali, hindi gaanong kahirap mag multiplication and division, mag-add. So kung positive 1, 1 times 1 is 1. And then negative 7 plus 1 is negative 6. And then negative 6 times 1, we have negative 6. And then 18 plus negative 6, we have 12. 12 times positive 1, we have 12. Negative 20 plus 12, we have negative 8. Negative 8 times 1, we have negative 8. And 8 plus negative 8 is 0. So which mean, tama po yung nakuha nating root that m sub 1 is positive 1. Okay? And then, we can now rewrite again this in terms of equation. So mangyayari, magbabawas na tayo ng isang exponent since nakuha na natin isa. M cube minus 6m squared plus 12m minus 8 is equals to 0. So this is the new Q. And this is P. So still pareho pa rin. Yun lang din po yung mga possible roots. 1, 2, positive negative 1 and 2, positive negative 8, positive negative 2, and positive negative and 4. So copy all the numerical coefficients. So binalik lang po natin sa dati. But still naman, hindi ito factorable. So we can still use the synthetic division again. So we have 1, negative 6, 12, negative 8. 1. So mag-try ulit tayo, trial and error. So you can, dito, i-observe nyo muna. Isipin nyo muna yung mga roots na pwede nyong gamitin para hindi pa ulit-ulit yung trial and error nyo. Okay? So, analyze nyo. Halimbawa, multiply ko ba siya by negative 1? Anong mangyayari? Ganito. And so on. And based po sa aking analyzation, pag negative 1 is may makukuwang remainder. So, try ko nung positive 2 naman. So, 2 times 1, we have positive 2. Negative 6 plus 2, we have negative 4. Negative 4 times 2, we have negative 8. And then, 12 plus negative 8, we have negative 4. Negative 4 times 2, we have, positive po ito. Nalito na ako sa sign. Kaya class, wag po kayong malilito. Once na nagkamali kayo ng isa, dire-diretso na ulit yan. So 4 times 2, we have positive 8. And this is now 0. Which mean yung m sub 2 po natin is 2. So again, I'll write this into a polynomial equation or an equation. So mangyayari, it will m squared minus 4m plus 4 is equals to 0. So tulad po ng sinabi ko, paulit-ulit, you can also use the synthetic division kung gusto nyo ma-challenge, kung gusto nyo ng trial and error. But in this case, this is now a factorable. Or we can also use the quadratic formula. So ang gagawin ko is factoring method again. So we have m m is equals to 0. So factor ng 4 is 2 times 2 and 1 and 4. So kailangan kong may ma-output na negative 4. So obvious naman kung negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4, then negative 2m plus negative 2m is negative 4m. So I will use negative 2 and negative 2. FOIL method to check or to verify kung tama yung pag-factor natin. M times m is m squared. M times negative 2, we have negative 2m. Negative 2 times m, we have negative 2m also. Negative 2 times negative 2, we have positive 4. So negative 2m plus negative 2m is negative 4m, which means tama po yung ating pag-factor. And we can now find the third and the fourth root. So m sub 3 minus 2 is equals to 0. M sub 4 minus 2 is equals to 0. Therefore, m sub 3 is positive 2. And m sub 4 is also positive 2. So, ang nakuha nating roots are 1, 2, 2, 2. And this is case 2 and case number 1. Therefore, the general solution is y is equals to c sub 1 e raised to, what is m sub 1? 1. So therefore, 1x or simply x plus c sub 2 which is 2. So hindi naman po siya umulit. Mamaya pa sa third and fourth. So e raised to 2x plus c sub 3. Ito umulit na. Umulit na yung 2. Therefore, this is additional x variable, e raised to 2x plus c sub 4. Umulit po ulit. So magkaroon ng x squared, e raised to 2x. And this is the general solution for example number 4. So I hope nakakasunod pa ba? And for me, isa to sa pinakamadaling topic. Kasi tulad nga ng paulit-ulit kong sinasabi sa inyo, hindi naman tayo mag-integrate dito, hindi rin tayo mag-differentiate. So more on algebra. For example number 5, we have d squared plus 6d plus 13, y is equals to 0. Convert into auxiliary equation, m squared plus 6m plus 13 is equals to 0. And then, determine whether it is factorable or not. What is the factor of 13? Only 1 lang naman. 1 times 13. So meron ba tayong pwedeng ipag-merge yung inner and outer terms na ang lalabas is 6m? Wala. Tama? Kasi 13 and 1 lang eh. Kapag 13 times m, we have 13m. Tapos 1 times m is m. So, pag pinag-add mo yun, 14m. Or kaya kung negative, hindi pa rin mamimit or masasatisfy yung 16m. Which means this is not a factorable. So, there are two ways. You can use the synthetic division again or kaya quadratic formula. So, para maiba naman, try naman natin yung quadratic formula. And since this is a quadratic equation. So, para lang maiba class, yan po yung gagamitin ko. Okay? So, m sub 1 and m sub 2, kasi nga dalawa to, is equals to negative b. What is the formula? Positive negative square root of b squared. So, ayun ang sumulat. Ayan. Minus 4ac all over 2a. So, where a is the numerical coefficient, this is 1, b is 6, and c is 13. Substitute lang po natin. So, m sub 1 and m sub 2 is equals to negative b, which is 6, positive negative, square root of c squared, 6 squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 13, all over 2 times 1. Oy, nawala. So, ulitin ulit natin. So, pasensya na, nagkakaroon ng error yung aking tablet. So, again, this is m squared plus 6m plus 13 is equals to 0. A is 1, B is 6, and C is 13. So, m1 and m2 is equals to negative b, positive, negative square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So, m sub 1 and m sub 2 ayaw sumulat. Negative 6, positive, negative square root of c squared minus 4 times 1 times 13 all over 2 times 1. So this is negative 6, positive, negative, square root of 6 squared is 36 minus 4 times 13 is 4 times 13 is 52. So 36 minus 52 is negative 16 all over 2. So we can now say this as negative 6, positive, negative, square root of 16 times negative 1 all over 2. So negative 6, positive, negative, what is square root? Baka malito kayo dito sa x. This is times. Yan. So square root of 16 is 4. So 4 square root of negative 1 all over 2. And knowing that negative or square root of negative 1 is equal to I, imaginary number. So therefore, this is now, or we can rewrite this as m sub 1 and m sub 2 is equals to negative 6, positive, negative 4i all over 2. And we can simplify this. M sub 1 and m sub 2 is equals to 6 divided by 2, we have negative 3 plus 2i. Where a is negative 3. Sorry, this is positive, negative 2i. And then B is 2. So ulitin ko po, yung A is the real number of the complex roots, while yung B naman po is the coefficient of the imaginary roots. And we need to disregard the sign of B kasi nga po positive negative po ulit yan. Okay? So ngayon nakuha na po natin yung A and B, we can now find the general solution. So the general solution of the complex roots is this. Substitute lang po natin yung A and B value. Y is equals to C sub 1 e raised to ax, where a is negative 3. Cosine bx, where b is 2. Plus c sub 2 e raised to ax, where a is negative 3. Sine bx, 2x. And this is now the general solution. So ulitin ko lang class, kailangan lang po natin i-substitute yung A and B dun sa general solution of the conjugate complex roots. And then last example, we have d raised to 6 plus 6d raised to 4 plus 9d squared, y is equals to 0. Again, auxiliary equation, m raised to 6 plus 6m raised to 4 plus 9m squared is equals to 0. And then we can factor out the m squared. M squared times m raised to 4 plus 6m squared plus 9 is equals to 0. And this term is factorable. And this is what we call the perfect square trinomial. So I think familiar pa rin kayo doon sa perfect square trinomial. And this is now m squared. And this is m squared three. Bakit siya sinabing perfect square trinomial? Kasi nga po, parehong-pareho. Okay? Once na in-squared po natin itong m squared plus 3, same lang din po nitong nagawa nating new equation. So meaning, m squared, you can say that m squared plus 3 squared is equals to 0. Okay? So ganun po yung class. And then we can now find the different roots. So burahin ko lang ulit to class para hindi tayo malito. So m sub 1 is also equal to m sub 2, which is equal to 0. And then m sub 3, so naka-squared kasi real. So gawin na lang natin m sub 3, 4. Ibig sabihin, third root and fourth root. Naka-squared plus 3 is equals to 0. Then m sub 5 and 6 squared plus 3 is equals to 0. Transpose sa kabilang side, m sub 3 and 4 is equals to negative 3. And then, square root. Para maalis natin yung squared. At ang matitira na lang dito is M34 is equals to a positive, negative, square root of negative 3. So M3 and M4 is equals to positive, negative, square root of negative, 3 times negative 1 negative 1. So we can say that this is positive, negative, I square root of 3. Kasi po, square root of negative 1 is I. Then wala naman po tayong square root of 3. Okay? Since pareho lang naman po yung root 3 and 4 to 5 and 6, so we can now say that M5 and M6 is also equal to positive, negative, I square root of 3. And for this case, this is a combination of case 2, case 3, case 2, and case 3. Kasi umulit po yung root natin sa M1 and M2 as well as yung M3, 4, and M5 and 6. So the general solution is y is equals to c sub 1 e raised to 0 x plus c sub 2, umulit po tayo na 0 root x e raised to 0 x plus the conjugate complex root. We have c sub 3 e raised to, so by the way class, what is the value of a? Wala naman tayong value dito. So which mean yung a po natin is 0 while yung b is square root of 3. Nakakasunod, wala po tayong value dito kasi positive, negative I square root of 3 lang po yung nakuha natin. Okay? So e raised to 0 x sine bx where b is square root of 3x plus c sub 4 e raised to 0 x cosine bx. Cosine, parang baliktad. Check ko lang formula. Cosine muna pala mauuna. But still same lang din naman yan kahit magkabaliktad. Cosine pala. This is cosine. And this is sine. So class, kahit magkabaliktad, pareho lang naman din po. I-rearrange lang din po natin. So sine square root of 3x plus, umulit po ulit yung root natin na this time conjugate yung umulit, yung complex root. So magkakaroon tayo ng c sub 5 x e raised to 0x cosine square root of 3x plus c sub 6 x e raised to 0x sine square root of 3x. Therefore, i-simplify na lang po natin. Lahat na naka-raise to 0 is equal to 1. This is now equal to 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. Therefore, the final general solution will be C sub 1, C sub 1 plus C sub 2x. So pagpasensya nyo na class yung sulat kasi ang hirap since pasmado nga po ako at the same time ay tablet po yung gamit ko. So hindi po to hindi po to yung capital na halos same na 2x. Baka po kasi mali kayo. This is C sub 2 times the x variable plus C sub 3 cosine square root of 3x plus C sub 4 sine square root of 3x plus C sub 5 x cosine square root of 3x plus C sub 6 x cosine square root of 3x. Sorry, sine square root of 3x. And this is the final general solution. And that's it, our topic about homogeneous DE with constant coefficient. So if you have questions or clarification, you can chat sa ating official group chat or kaya sa mismong meeting po natin or the consultation hours. Okay? And then for your activity, isa-submit po ito next meeting which is on November 8th, 2023. So I have here 3 problems or 3 homogeneous DE with a higher order. All we need to do is, all you need to do is to find the general solution using the methods na binanggit ko po kanina. So, kailangan nyo lang convert into auxiliary and then find the different roots by using the factoring, quadratic formula, synthetic division, and then to find the general solution, we have 3 cases. Case 1, real and distinct roots. Second case is real numbers but same or equal. And case number 3 is conjugate or conjugate complex roots. And that's it. I hope clear naman po. And ayun po, see you sa ating next meeting. Thank you po. God bless. And mag-ingat po tayong lahat.